Investigators on scene trying to gather whatever evidence they can. Again, this started with a fight and things quickly escalated. We want to give you an idea of the force associated with all of that water. You can see beside me here, it's knocked down this fence. It took down that pillar. People around here say it just came out of nowhere. They are heartbroken. They say Billy Allison was kind, energetic, funny, and they say they can't believe that he lost his life all because of a parking spot. Was trying to get through Six Forks Road here at Monument Lane. It was a real pain. Traffic backed up in all directions. We were out here for our earlier newscast. At that point, crews were trying to clear the trees off of the road. Now at this point, they've made progress. They're looking to restore power. It was certainly well attended. More than 600 people let into that ballroom. NC State saying another 600 or so had to be turned away. And then, of course, there were the protesters. No justice, no peace. More than an hour before the two conservative speakers were set to take the stage, protesters gathered.
No justice, no peace.
They marched into the student union and took over the lobby.
We are here to lift our voices. We are here to speak up for what matters. We are here to speak up against hate.
The event, entitled Culture War, was put on by Turning Point USA. It featured Charlie Kirk, its founder and president, along with Lara Trump, the president's daughter-in-law. NC State quick to point out they didn't sponsor the event. A student chapter of the group did.
We all know what it means, and none of us agree with it. So it's important that we send this message together.
Meantime, NC State confirms more than 1,200 people lined up to attend the event. Our camera not allowed in.
I'd like to, hear what they have to say and then see if I can pick pieces from that and, better myself in my political views.
I just wanted to hear what they had to say. I don't really have a strong opinion on either side. I'm kind of in the middle at this point.
Tensions heightened when this video came out. Jack Bishop, Congressman Dan Bishop's son, said he was assaulted by members of the university's Young Democratic Socialists of America Club. It happened in Freedom Expression Tunnel, as Jack says he was promoting tonight's event. NC State confirms a complaint was filed and that they're investigating. That event wrapping up around 9 o'clock or so. Now, despite some words being exchanged between both sides, things stayed peaceful. Live at NC State, Amy Cutler, CBS 17 News. We want to start out with some good news. The store's owner, Robert Sims, was shot in the arm and is expected to be okay. We're also learning more about what led up to the shootout.
He took on 2 armed gunmen, and he's 71 years old.
Anthony Berendini isn't surprised the owner of Golden Isles, Robert Sims, a mentor and friend, would confront 2 men trying to rob him.
You come across a man like that who's worked his whole life to build this, and he put his heart and soul into it. Do not think that somebody in that person's shoes is going to hand it over to you without a fight.
It happened around 4:30 this afternoon on West Peace Street. After speaking with Sims and watching surveillance video, Berendini telling me the 2 men entered the coin shop with masks on, guns drawn. Sims wouldn't comply.
The 2 men attacked him, and during the attack, he exchanged gunfire with them.
71-year-old Sims shot in the arm. The 2 men getting away with a small amount of cash. Adam Evans works at the dry cleaners next door. He says he heard 2 gunshots and went to check it out. He tells me he saw the 2 robbers in the store, called 911, and waited till they left.
Ran over to the coin store, making sure Mr. Sims was good. I saw him on the ground. Of course, he was distraught.
Does this leave you concerned at all for your own safety?
Absolutely, every day.
Berendini says Sims called him and asked him to come down and close the shop for him.
He's in great spirits. He's, I talked to him on the phone, and he's laughing.
Certainly good news there. Now, Sims has owned this store for 10 years. We're told he's been in the business 20 years. Again, tonight, police are looking for the 2 robbers behind this. Anyone with information asked to give them a call. Live in Raleigh, Amy Cutler, CBS 17 News. This former employee and volunteer paint a concerning picture of the Franklin County Animal Shelter, and they say changes are needed. The sheriff who oversees it now responding.
They do not have enough staff.
Diane Kaler says she worked for the Franklin County Animal Shelter part-time for 2 years.
The dogs sit way too long. If there's no volunteers there, the staff does not take them out.
The amount of dogs have been put to sleep down there.
Darnell Moreski tells me she volunteered at the shelter for 2 years, but stopped last month after 4 dogs were put down that she believes could have been saved.
At the end of the day, if they still didn't have enough space, I could see it, but not at 8 o'clock that morning.
I took those concerns to Sheriff Kent Winstead. On very short notice, he agreed to talk with me and also gave us a tour of the facility.
We feed them twice a day. We clean the cages twice a day. We're inspected by the state randomly when they come down. You know, we abide by all the statutes and rules, and we go above and beyond all the time.
The sheriff says at capacity they can hold 77 dogs and 69 cats. He admits staffing is an issue. They're down 1 animal control officer, another is on light duty. They only have 1 full-time animal care technician. 2 others are part-time.
We do not euthanize anyone before it's their time. We keep them as long as we can until we're capacity.
Moreski and Kaler say when that happens, they should be reaching out to local shelters or taking to social media.
A lot of it is how it's run too. Like, you've got to be willing to put the animal first.
They need a staff that really cares. And this is not a business, it's not an office. These are living, breathing creatures that need care.
The sheriff says they plan to add 2 new positions to the shelter come January. Meantime, these animal advocates vowing to continue their fight, planning to attend the next county commissioners meeting set for Monday. In Lewisburg, Amy Cutler, CBS 17 News. It started with those 5 service members, and now Ed Rossich tells me it's up to 42 service members. That's because so many people have been stepping up, wanting to help.
Here's the original post.
Ed Rossich wanted to do something nice for service members for the holidays. He decided to make this offer on LinkedIn.
I'll personally pay to fly 5 random service members airfares homes.
That was Saturday around noon. He waited and waited.
Military people don't get paid a lot, especially enlisted. You know, an E1 might make $15,000 a year. And so to travel home, it's a real hardship.
18 hours went by, nothing. Then on Sunday,
55,000 views.
It took off.
Oh, this guy got drawn. I originally thought, this is 5 names, I'll be done by Sunday night, I won't have to do anything. And an email comes in, another email comes in, another email comes in.
Rossich says about 60 service members from around the world have applied for the help.
The guy in Oklahoma.
But perhaps what's more surprising, people have been stepping up, offering to pay for their flights home. The names of the service members who apply go onto a slip of paper. Rossich picks them out of a hat.
Right before you guys got here, we had another name pop up for a donor, so we can actually draw if you want. Why don't you pull a name out?
All right. I selected a service member named Sarah. Behind each is a story, one Rossich knows well.
Her dad is sick, and they didn't know if they'd be able to get home for the holidays. And so she had no other way, and she threw a name in a hat.
Not exactly a high-tech process for the owner of a software company named Dude Solutions. Rossich says he never expected what this has become.
As long as the donations keep tripling in, I'll keep drawing names. Thanks, his name's in the hat.
He's hoping to help every service member in that hat.
That was a touchy one.
A gesture that has led to so much more. Now, Rossich says he'd like to keep this going. He is considering a website moving into next year. But first things first, that's this year and helping all of those service members in that hat. For a look at that LinkedIn page and more on how you can help, you can head to our website, cbs17.com. Live in Cary, Amy Cutler, CBS 17 News.